video, Mike will be reading news items from the Worcester newspapers in the 1800s.
1809, Richard Shinton opened an iron warehouse next to St Clement's Church on the North Quay, the church that moved to St John's. There's a short video on YouTube explaining this. Messrs Tolley and Trimmer, after the suggestions of numerous friends, establish a brewery on South Quay. There will be reduced prices for families that bring their own casks. Hilton Street Brewery and the brewery on the quay merged. They put a statement in their advert: "Our porter, beer and family ale are all perfectly genuine." At the age of 27, Edward Webb bought premises on the junction of Copenhagen Street and Deansway, where he established a horsehair factory. This treated horsehair imported from Russia and made it into mats and crinoline supports and supports for corsets. Webb's house was located in Palace Row. Edward Webb's extensive home contained the following rooms: 4 large bedrooms, 2 large sitting rooms, a kitchen, a cellar, and a room 24 feet by 12 feet. However, his workers live 5 families to 1 slum dwelling. They work for a pittance and often die from anthrax, which was brought in on infected horsehair. This is an extract from the Worcester Chronicle of the 2nd of September 1893. Death from anthrax in Worcester. A boy named Edwin Hodges, age 14, and living in the blockhouse, has up till recently been employed at Messrs Webb's horsehair factory in Copenhagen Street, but on August the 17th he was admitted to the infirmary, suffering, it was believed, from anthrax. This very infectious disease is supposed to have been communicated to the boy from the canvas in which raw material is imported from Russia. After being detained in the infirmary about a week, he died last Friday night. Under the Factory Act of 1891, children of 9 to 14 years are to work no more than 8 hours. This boy was working a full 12 to 14-hour shift. A rather extensive range of dilapidated buildings on the lower quay have been purchased by Messrs Heath of Blackfriars, who intend very soon to take them down and to erect upon their site a row of new ornamental warehouses. It is hoped it will beautify the only entrance from the west to Worcester. To be sold by auction, 2 dwellings adjoining the Wherry public house. All those 2 capital dwelling houses situated in Key Street and adjoining the Wherry public house occupied by John Lawrence and Frederick Langford, each house having a shop front and containing 2 rooms down and 4 up. The upper front rooms to Langford's with large closets, also 3 detached tenements in the rear, occupied by Widow Nairn, Charles Price and William Ratcliffe. 2 brew houses with furnaces, a pump for excellent water and other appurtenances. There's a space with an open yard with private side access thereto from the street, together a very compact and desirable property. The situation excellent open to the quay and at all times commanding good tenants, the annual rent of £41.12. They are freehold and subject to land tax of £1 6 and 3pence. To let large and commodious warehouses situated on the South Quay, fitted up with cranes, suitable for the corn and other trades where extensive premises are required. The storerooms are capable of holding many thousand quarters of grain. A quarter was equivalent to £28. There's also a dwelling house for the manager and clerks, and the whole of the premises are close to the River Severn, and the intended branch from the Worcester and Hereford Railway will run close to the doors of the premises. Actually, the railway was abandoned when the cathedral wouldn't give permission for the line to run past the cathedral grounds. Henry Webb respectfully calls the attention of his agricultural friends to their various manufactures. Careful experiments in agricultural chemistry enable them to supply chemical manures suitable for the requirements of every descriptions of seeds and especially adapted for each variety of cereal or root crop. Webb also imported guano from South America. This was the seabird droppings that was collected off the cliffs and used as a fertilizer. Worcester, having a marine store, reflects its history as having once been an important inland port. The 200-ton cargo ship Atalanta is the first to come up the Severn from Cardiff using the newly completed improvements to the Severn navigation. John Moore's home contained the following rooms. House 1, a parlour, a kitchen with small room adjoining, first floor sitting room, 2 bedrooms, one with a dressing room, second floor with 4 bedrooms, and a basement with excellent cellarage, a coal store, and a stable. House 2, a former warehouse, contained a ground floor sitting room with a bay window overlooking the river, a kitchen and a large ware room, formerly a brew house. The 2 floors above contained 8 bedrooms. Sometime during the 1870s, Mr. Moore's houses were demolished and replaced by the Severn Ironworks, a 3-storey warehouse, and a small house fitting in between. On Friday evening, Mr. Richards of Wolverhampton offered for sale by auction at the Crown Hotel the warehouse and premises on the Worcester Quay called the Severn Ironworks and other adjoining properties. Mr. Tree, a solicitor, was the purchaser for the sum of £490.